Hey everybody, it is the RSI Freckleton Global Youth Ambassador who is here to do another presentation. This time I am doing one on success. So the topic is focus on success. The future is bought with the present. I want to stay tuned, guys. This one is going to be big. This one is going to be huge. This one is one that I think can change your life in a positive direction. So I want you to take notes, pass on to your groups and your members, because the future that we want to occupy can only be purchased with what we do right now. Let us go. So in this presentation, we'll be doing five things. One, we'll be defining success, some paths or some roads that we can take to be successful. How is it that we engender or encourage success? How you maintain success? Then we conclude. All right. All right. First thing, the definition of success. I have three definitions here that my students and I have put together. The first one is the achievement of something desired, planned, or attempted. Yes, success is when you have achieved something that you desire, that you planned, and that you attempted. Just remember that. Another definition is the favorable outcome of something that you have tried. And there's a little guy there, he had success in something or another. So let's move on with the rest of the. There are different stages in personal development for everybody, and these symbols here represent more or less age spans. So from 0 to 7 years, you're a fledgling, you're young, you have an opportunity to be something. When you're 8 to 15 years old, you have not yet matured into adulthood, but you are growing, you're stretching, you have now made it known that you have announced yourself on the planet. 15 to 23, now you're starting to get deeper roots. So as a person, but all of these stages, what is significant is that all of these stages, all of these things, these are success in and of themselves. You are successful just for being here. I mean, you as an adult, you are walking, you were successful as a baby. You walked, and you know I'm pretty sure that the first couple of times you tried walking, you may have fallen over a few times. So what is it? What do we do when we fall down a couple of times? Do we stay down and decide that, oh, we're not going to get up? No, we did something about it. We got up, we started over, we tried again, and we tried again until we have gotten it. So how is it now that you as an adult, you have tried something once or maybe twice and it has failed and you have given up completely? No, that is not development. Nothing is wrong with failing. Just don't end up a failure. You can fail your way to success. We should learn as a people to fail to succeed. And let's move on with this present. And I'm going to assess you, the listeners, right now. Which of these characters can you identify with? So here we have Mark, who attends a school knowing very well that after, the 11th grade, he will go directly into his father's successful transportation business. Mark idles all the time, he skips classes, he encourages his friends Paul and John to do the same. No, John is a little trickster. No? John pretends to idle throughout the day, but when he gets home, he reviews his notes and puts in at least 3 hours of studying. Paul, on the other hand, follows his friend Mark and regularly runs into problems with his grades, with his teachers, and with his mother, who works as a domestic helper to send him to school. Now, based on these characteristics, where do you think these guys will end up into the future? I gave you a moment to think, because this is important. This is important. We cannot idle, waste our precious commodity of time now and expecting that our future is going to be bright and it's going to be chirpy, it's going to be cheering. No, if we waste our time now as youngsters, there's no way we're going to get back that which we have lost. We have an opportunity now to be better than persons before us were. We have an opportunity to be our best selves. The thing is that most people have decided to be, the lukewarm versions of themselves. They have given up on themselves. They do not know that they are worth much more than they are right now. This is something that I think has been messing up the generations over and over and over. People keep giving up on themselves. People keep being chickens, not realizing that they're eagles. All right, let us look at some roads that we can take to be successful. The first one is the academic road or the academic path. The, the second one, rather, is the trade or the skill path. And the third one is the entrepreneurial path. Now, I want to tell you that whichever path that you choose, success can be achieved. It doesn't matter which one of the paths you have chosen, success can be achieved. So, in the academic path, this individual tries to be successful at every level of their academic or educational career. This person, in most cases, refers to someone who works as a researcher at a university, college, or similar institution like a teacher, lecturer, etc. So, in a broader sense, the aim of this person is to work in an institution where the knowledge that they would have attained throughout school can be applied on the job. In other words, they are imparting to others what they would have learned. And these jobs include like an economist, a doctor, manager, etc. Now, the trade or the skill path, there are some things that fall into the category of a trade or a skill, and it's not limited. This list is not exhausted. So that the first thing, you have carpenters, you have the plumbers, you have the electricians, you have the hairdressers, you have the farmers, and I could go on and on. The truth is that once these persons know their craft well, they can never be out of a job. The problem is the problem is that too many people are copycats, and guess what? Nothing is wrong with being a copycat. You understand? But I can tell you this, you may never ever ever be the best copycat in the world, but you can be the best you. When you have a trade or a skill, all you need to do is to set yourself apart at all times. I've seen this happening, all over the place. There are situations where persons live in a community, a small community. There is a local shop, or grocery store, and that has been there for 20 years. You decided to go and to open up your own shop or grocery store, a few chains from the one that has been there for 20 years, and you do the very same thing. You're selling the same things that those persons are selling. Now, what sort of profits are you looking to make? Because this person would have made some relationships over those 20 years. So we should set ourselves apart when we have a craft that is ours. Next thing is that the entrepreneur is someone who, you may have guessed it, yes, they own or operate their own business, they are self-confident, and then are someone who enjoys creative activities. They pay attention to detail, they are very meticulous, they create new goods, new services, and new processes. An entrepreneur is someone who takes risks. So if you want to be an entrepreneur but you don't want to take some risks, then it's going to fly past you. They are disciplined and they are organized. They are normally innovators and the creators of opportunities. It is not someone who follows the crowd. They do not wait for others to give them handouts. That's not going to happen if you want to be an entrepreneur. And it's normally someone who earns profits and very high profits too for things. So I just want you to get this, guys. It doesn't matter which one of the route or which of the paths that you may have taken. There are some things that are going to be key. There are some things that are going to be core. There are some things that are really going to be basic if you want to be successful at whichever of the paths that you would have chosen. And the first thing is that one, you have to be well informed. It makes no sense you're chasing success without you getting informed. Next thing is that you have to be determined. And determined here means that you have the ability to see past your challenges rather than stare at your challenges. It is going to be difficult for you to get past your challenges if you're only focused on the challenges themselves. Next thing is that you have to get education and training. There is no two road about this. You need to be educated. You need to know about what you're doing. And you need to also know why you're doing what you're doing and get training in that department. Also, you need to work hard. But I also want to add, you need to work smart as well. The world is filled with many people who have worked hard and they're still going to retire, being broke. You know, have to be different. Work hard, but also work smart. You also have to be dedicated. You're going to stick to the task at hand. And this one is what I love more than all the others. You have to be focused. Focused here meaning that everything is happening around you. All hell is breaking loose around you, but you are so determined to be successful that you are going to stick to your path. You're going to stick to the goal that you have set for yourself. That is being focused. Have that single-minded strategy. Things are going to happen around you. Things are going to demand your attention. But if you stop and pay attention to every little minor detail, you're going to be sidetracked by secondary activity. Okay, so how is it that we get to be successful and to maintain this level of success? Here are some things that you're going to do. One, you need to start spending your time wisely. No, you see, the thing is that as young persons, a lot of time is spent on things that are urgent, but they're really not important. I see youngsters who are in class. They're supposed to be learning, and they're on their mobile devices because one of their friends sent them an instant message on something that may have been urgent because their cell phone, their mobile phone vibrated, but it was not important, and that student would have missed an opportunity at something that I'm pretty sure would have benefited them much greater than what that which they are seeing on their mobile devices. So we have to learn what things are important, what things are urgent. How do we encourage and engender success? One, we learn to identify and deal with conflicts and the problems. Make no mistake, they're two different things. Listen to this, guys. So a problem can be solved on the spot and disappear, and also disappear for good. So problems can be solved on the spot and disappear, but conflicts normally have deeper roots, and only some parts come to the surface. If you look at the picture on the right, you may realize that that iceberg, it's a pretty huge part that is above the water, but it's in no comparison to that which is below the surface. So we should also learn to assist others around us to identify and deal with problems too. And I can tell you why. Success is not something that is selfish. Leadership is not something that is selfish. You understand? How is it that we encourage success again? We encourage others around us as we climb that ladder of success. I can tell you, if you are, you're in the fast lane and you're on the road to be successful and you fly past a few persons on your way up, and if you should slip and fall, the very same persons who you flew past, those are the same persons you're going to pass on your way down. However, had you been helping persons up the ladder with you and you happen to slip and fall, chances are that they would have given you a hand and prevented you from slipping further. Don't you think? Also, lead by example. Create a culture of positivism. Let doing good be the natural and normal thing for you to do. Another thing that you should do that is remember that when you help others, you're also helping yourself twice as much. Persons don't normally pay attention to. Watch this. People love to associate themselves with success. And I normally ask a question. If you want to learn how to steal, who do you associate yourself with? A kleptomaniac, of course. If you want to catch or contract the flu virus, who is it that you associate yourself with? Someone with the flu. So if you want to learn to be successful, who do you associate yourself with? Someone who is already successful. So we need to learn how to do that, because once you are successful, the possibilities are endless, not just locally but internationally as well. How is it that we maintain success? Look at this. Now, we have developed a system, and this is, splashed all over the internet in many different forms. What makes a person 100% successful? It was in a list of adjectives. So the very first one that we're going to do is that we want to use a system, an alphanumeric system, where the alphabet is going to be replaced by, numbers. So A would have been the first letter of the alphabet, would be replaced by 1. B, the second, will be replaced by 2, and all the way down to Z or Z, which is going to be replaced by 26, because there are 26 letters of the alphabet, guys. Only 26 letters of our natural alphabet. So the very first word, a lot of persons think that success has to do with luck. So you become successful and you say, yeah man, I'm lucky. You know, it was luck. So let us add. If we add the numbers for luck, we would get 12 plus 21 plus 3 plus 11, which would have given us 47%. So luck using this method would not make someone 100% successful. We look at love. Now, a lot of people have debates on this one where, success and love brings you through the world, and love is good. Love is good. Love is wonderful. Love should be something that is you know desired by persons to this feeling that you have for yourself that you want others to have. And love for me mean doing unto others what you would like them do to you. So love in this case, if we add the numbers for love, we will get 12, 15 plus 22 plus 5, which will give us 54. So it's a little bit above 50%, so that doesn't make you 100% successful. Money, lots of persons think and believe that money makes someone 100% successful, and most persons will not dispute that. But if we add the letters for money, we will get 72%. Guys, you can have money and still be poor. Let me tell you this: being poor is a mindset. There are many persons with money, but they're still thinking like a broke person. And there was a video by my good friend, mentor, and teacher Frank Calabria Jr. A very interesting business partner. He's in the top 1% in the world in online income generation. And he said something in a training the other day. He was saying that even up to last year, he was thinking like a poor person. He bought a vehicle, he bought a car, a truck. He bought a truck cash because he's rich. But he was just pointing out that even though he was rich, he was still thinking like a poor person, because a rich person would not have bought that truck cash. A rich person would have leveraged that money, leveraged the money that they used for the truck. They would pay the deposit and they would have gotten the truck, and then they would pay it through the financial institution. So even with money, there are some people with money but they are still poor because their mindset is only on being broke. I know lots of persons, well, I would not say lots of persons, but I know persons who have bought $30 million houses and then they are broke after that. But you're saying that, yes, I have a $30 million house, but what happens after that? What if you had just leveraged that money and say you pay $5 million or $2 million, $4 million, and have the rest of the money to leverage that house? There are so many things that we need to be educated with where money is concerned. Move on. Our next thing, leadership. Now, this is a raging debate that leadership or good leadership makes a person 100% successful. When the numbers are added, you get 97%. You're not there yet with leadership. A very key component, very, very good component, but you're still not there as yet. Hard work. Now, this is brutal, guys. This is brutal. You have worked hard and worked hard and worked hard only to come up short by 2%. Let me tell you this. I use my father as an example a lot of times. My father worked really, 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 really hard, but guess what? He wasn't financially successful, even though he worked really hard. That's why I normally tell persons that working hard is just one aspect. I want you to work hard and also to work smart. Look at this, guys. Attitude. You see, I have changed up even the colors of the word itself. Attitude, when the letters are added, you're going to be getting 100%. No, this is something that is really, really significant. Guys, if you really want to be successful financially, successful spiritually, successful mentally, you want to be successful and take a chance on yourself, you need to first change your attitude. And changing your attitude is where I introduce the PAW. P, your philosophy or your potential. Everybody showed up with some sort of potential. we have so much potential as human beings that we would scare ourselves to death if we really sit and think hard about it. What's your philosophy in life? Find that philosophy, apply your positive attitude towards it, and apply work. Too many people want the best things in life, but not many people are willing to take a chance on themselves and work for what they want. And that's why you have so many criminals. That's why you have so many people who would want to steal from you, who have worked hard for yours, because their philosophy is not to work hard. Their philosophy is just to get things easy. You, on the other hand, need to change your attitude from whatever it is now that has been keeping back or holding you back from that which you know that you are brought here on this planet to do. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on yourself. You have your own potential. Apply your positive attitude to your potential and you put in the hard work, and I can guarantee you will be successful. So in closing, it is only you who can determine your path to success. It is only you who can determine if you're going to be successful or not. It is up to you. It is not up to your brother, sister, mother, father, teacher, your best friend, your twin, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. It is not up to anyone to be successful. It is up to you. You are like a seed that is in the ground, and you can determine whether or not you turn out to be a hit or a flop. It is up to you to determine which direction you want your life to go. And just remember this, guys. At this point, as a youngster, you have something that your parents do not have. You have something that older folks do not have. You have time. You have an advantage over them. You have time. And time is the only currency that as a youngster you have to spend now. So we need to spend our time wisely. Why? We should focus on success and remember that our future, your future, my future is going to be bought with the choices that we make. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, not next week, but the choices that we make now. And I normally tell persons, your choices are normally spurred by a decision. So take a decision to be the best you, to be conscious of the fact that you showed up here with your potential. You should also take a chance on yourself to know that there has never been another you on the planet, never ever. And when you have left here, there will never be another you on this planet. You are only you. You survived between 3 to 5 million sperm to be here. You deserve to be here. You deserve to act as if you are the king, or act as if you do not care who the king is. You deserve to be here. You deserve to be successful. But no one is going to bring your dreams on a silver platter to you and tell you, here's your dream, go and manifest it. No one is going to do that for you. That is all up to you. If you have listened to this presentation, I am D.I. Rasai, Global Youth Ambassador, Youth Advocate, and National Youth Parliamentarian in Jamaica, and also a business owner. I just want to say to you, hit me up if you would want to connect with me. It's presidentfreckleton@gmail.com. It's on the screen. And hey, guess what? I am advocating for world peace. And I'm saying we as a people should dominate. So if we really want to go and get our dreams manifested, we should dominate. Hey guys, have a good day.